Today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm talking about the top-rated sportsbooking app in all of North America. Safe, secure, and you know how I feel about reliability, baby. That is what DraftKings brings to you on numerous occasions, and we know we are in the heart of NFL season, baby. We feeling good, or in some cases we feeling not so good. But either way, DraftKings has action for whatever your mindset is, whether you're looking for same game parlays, whether you're looking to see your money line, or player prop bets. You got all of that on the table and then some. But at the same time, I'm not talking about them unless we got something for you. And that, my friend, is a promo code. You see it right there. When you use the promo code Moats, my new customers, you bet $5, you get 200 in bonus bets instantly. You see it. Just use the promo code, baby. It is that simple. But at the same time, I know you might develop a gambling problem. Heck, you might even need somebody to call or text. If you're living in New York, you see the digits to dial. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. Going back to around the NFL real quick, man. Just want to take a quick look at how the division has been shaping up for the gang and how the not just our division, but some of the just divisions around the league have been looking, man, following these week 7 matchups. We obviously know tonight we have the 2 Monday night games, man, but in terms of how that's going to impact us per se, we should be good. No AFC action. Or excuse me, you got Texans, right? But outside of that, no other real AFC implications in these games, man. But as it sits right now, man, following 7 weeks, we're still atop the AFC North, right? Looking good at 4-2. We obviously took the L to the Bengals, gave them a dub, so now they're sitting at 3-4 in the division. 3-4, in the division. Browns, they finally got their second win, impressive, versus the Dolphins. 2-5, and then Ravens still sitting at 1-5 on a 4-game losing streak. So we will see with Baltimore, man, what that looks like when they get back healthy. They were on a bye this week, them and Buffalo. So we will see, if Lamar is closer to coming back. We know the closer he is to coming back, the better that Ravens team looks. As long as he's out the lineup, we're going to feel great about it. All right. But this is kind of where we are in. I don't think that this has to change in terms of the order. If anything, maybe you swap out team, 3-4, right? You put Baltimore ahead of Cleveland at some point, but outside of that, man, all of those teams are going to be struggling just based on their health. So for us, let's keep this thing going and take advantage of the opportunity that we have right now, man. We have been afforded some good health in comparison to some of the others. Let's create some separation with this thing, right? AFC East up next, man. We talk about the Patriots. They're technically on top because they won the head-to-head versus Buffalo. They're 5-2. Buffalo on a bye week this week, sitting at 4-2. Dropped 2 in a row, though, right? Patriots into the Falcons on that Monday night game. When you talk about the Patriots on a 4-game winning streak, haven't lost, like we said earlier, since our game versus them. So they've been finding ways to get out of stadiums with victories. Dolphins, like I said, man, they look really bad. And I'm having questions about the long-term tenure for my man Mike McDaniel, man, just because of how he is sounding, how that team is looking, and the record reflecting that at 1-6. The Jets, Jets, Jets suck. Shout out to them for that on a 7-game losing streak, and they'll probably make it 8. So stay tuned. But looks like we might be getting 2 teams out of this division versus 1 come postseason time, man, just early on based on what we're seeing from Patriots and Bills. So we will see how that continues on, though, right? But like I said, man, just good to get a nice little snapshot of that division. Next up, AFC South. I'm buying stock in Indiana Jones. I know we're not supposed to. I know TG doesn't believe it, but he just went out there to LA versus Justin Herbert and got the dub. That's 6-1, and he's playing really good football, man. They running the ball well, turnover free ball. They look good. I'm believing in them, man. All right. Jacksonville's the other team I'm believing in. And Trevor And Travis Etienne, I trust. I'm a Trevor Lawrence guy. I'm a Travis Etienne guy because what they did at Clemson, you hear me say it over and over. I like Brian Thomas Jr., even though he's trying to sabotage my fantasy team with all of them drops. What are you doing, brother? But it was good to see my man Travis Hunt making plays both sides of the ball, man. Obviously, they could be better. Took the L this weekend over in London. I feel like they was out there for a little minute too, man. But 4-3, they still look like they're going to be tough in that division. I don't see that changing unless Trevor starts to go back to old Trevor and, stinks it up out there and they start turning it over a lot. Then it can get really, really weird. But up until that point, man, they've been playing really well, man. So like I said, man, for me, I got to keep rocking with them. I'm going to keep believing in them until they give me reason not to. Texans, we're going to see what they do tonight, man. We obviously know that they got to play the Seahawks, and Seattle has been looking tough this year, man. So I think we'll get some more information on Seattle in the sense of if Seattle knocks off the Texans, that's them taking care of business. That's them showing that they're growing up and are being more consistent versus some of the teams that are struggling. And then the flip side, if the Texans win, it's like, all right, man, y'all aren't as bad as your record reflects, and give CJ Stroud some more time and just keep believing in him. But TBD. All right. And then last one, AFC West. I believe in Bo Nix and Sean Payton with them doing off there in Denver, man. They 5-2 and they look tough, man. They're on a 4-game winning streak and they win close games. They can win it on the road. They've won it at home. They have a clear advantage at home, man, when you talk about the elevation that they play with. And defensively, man, they got people that can rush the passer and guys that can cover. When you got that and can run the football, man, it's just tough to win. I mean, it's tough to beat those type of teams, man. Chargers are good too, man. Don't get it twisted on them. But this is a tough division. AFC West, you look at it, man. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, all of them teams, 4+ wins. They're going to beat the heck out of each other. They good. But it's quarterback play also, man. You talk about Herbert, you talk about Mahomes. Even Knicks is playing well, and that's why those teams are competitive as heck, man. Raiders are decent, but Raiders got to stop turning the ball over. And Raiders got to run the ball a little bit better. That's their problem. They putting a little bit too much on Geno. Geno ain't trying to do all that now, all right? But AFC West definitely, early on looked like they'll be in that 2, maybe even 3 team potentially trying to make it conversation. So just got to be cognizant of that, man, when we're talking about, week to week, how we keep this thing in line, and more importantly about us, how we stay in front of it, right? Because we don't want no weird stuff happening, man. We know if we don't make playoffs, dudes get fired. All right. Because I know y'all want to fire him after we make it to the playoffs. So if you don't make the playoffs, for sure, that's not a good look. All right. It's hard sell. So let's keep that thing going, man. But as a whole, I do like where we're at, man, in comparison to some of these other teams, even with our shortcomings on Thursday night. So hopefully Thursday night was like what TJ said, or TG said, and Tanisha, she was the other one that told me this. She was like, yo, man, how you feel about this age part? I'm like, you know what, man, you might be on to something. And then TG comes and says things like, you know what, man, this age part, maybe because I always fancied myself as the young player, I never really cared about that. It was like, yo, I'm here. I'm ready to go. Knock somebody out, bro. That's all that matters. But it's like, you know what? Information, all right? The more we're acquiring it, specifically in the AFC North, because of how physical it is, it's a lot of information, man. It's important that it's not just us thing. It's an AFC North visiting team thing on Thursday nights. Okay. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. But I get it also. It doesn't feel as good when it's not a us exclusively problem, because it doesn't feel as woe is me or as doom and gloom. So I get it, man. But to me, I'm just like, yeah, let's go ahead and see what Sunday night looks like, baby. Let's go see, man. But still sitting at 4-2. So I like the consistency with that. If we're going to say we consistently don't, win in the postseason, we also got to flip and say, we consistently win a lot in the regular season. And we are currently doing that right now. So let's see if we can keep it going, man. Let's see.